Hey everybody, what is going on? This is OrvieWoah bringing you another Call of Duty video, and today I'm bringing you a gun that I think, after this upcoming new update and what we are hoping will be the RPK and Fennec nerfs, we're not really sure if we're getting that, but we're hoping for it. But once those two guns get nerfed, you're probably wanting to know, what gun do I need to try out next? I've got one that I think might be a little under the radar and also just a beast of a weapon. We're going to use it in this game. There will be a gun build breakdown with the tunings at the end. I should have a marker up on the screen to tell you when that is, and hopefully the little chapters in the YouTube script as well. Great way to start out a game. Try to get a guy that's a little too close to the ground, blow your chopper up. Instant way to assure a win for your game. Anyways, the choppers are harder to fly on this game than anything else I've ever seen. It's crazy. But what my kind of strat overall, I figured I didn't really talk much in this game. I was kind of locked in for some reason. I don't know why. So I figured I'd go over it and just kind of explain my thought process on what we're doing here as we try to get wins in Warzone, at least as the way it sits now. After the update, some things definitely could change on this strategy. But as of now, especially in solos, what I feel like is the best way to kind of go about getting your win is start with a chopper one and try to find yourself a little spot of those hidden caches. There's a lot of areas around the map where there's two or three just kind of stuck somewhere. I try to land, get my chopper, go there, pick those caches, and buy one gun. I want to have all of that done, hopefully within the first minute to a minute and 15 seconds is what we're really trying to do. Also, anytime you're in your gulag, just, make sure that you get a great teammate like I did here. Super helpful, He was just like decoy or something. Anyways, so you want to try and get all that done within the first about minute and 15. If you're playing in solos, the strongholds won't pop until about 10 seconds after the first circle starts moving. But if you're in anything else, duos, trios, quads, they're going to pop at about 15 seconds before the first circle starts moving. Essentially, you want to have your chopper looted and bought one gun before those pop, so you can be in the air and ready to fly to one of them when they pop. What I had to kind of do here, since I crashed my chopper, I had to kind of reevaluate, and this is where things can change. If you get back from the gulag fast enough, you might can continue that journey and land on your cache spot and still maybe find another chopper and go. With me, it took long enough that I kind of chalked my whole normal strategy and had to regain a little bit. This is where map knowledge also helps a little bit. If you know kind of where, I was also looking to see if any of the strongholds popped near me and maybe just land on one. You can do that if you feel like you're a good enough gunfighter with your pistol, or maybe grab something off the roof. But what I end up doing here, I look for a couple strongholds. Everything kind of gets popped as I'm looking at it. So what I do is I remember that there is a building directly under me here that is sometimes a stronghold. Those will always have a ton of loot in them, even if they don't actually pop. Another guy saw the same strat. He's going for it too. I'm unlucky with no gun off the top here. But I think this guy must have bungled his landing because I had time to get in here, loot, found a white box even, got fully looted here, except for maybe a vest. And somehow he's on the back onto the ground. I don't really understand what happened. I think he must have fallen off the front and wrapped around. And so we get an easy pick off of the roof here. Don't really know what was happening here, but worked out well for us. And that's a little bit, again, just map knowledge. If I don't know that this building is a good building to land on, I probably float down and try to land on a safecracker. There's probably two or three other people coming back from the gulag trying to land on the same safecracker, and then things get hairy really quick. So the better you are at kind of knowing which buildings are worth going to. I got more money. Look, I've already got 21 grand back off the gulag. That's more than I would have had if I landed on my caches. So doing this is infinitely better and infinitely faster than a safecracker will ever be. There are times that you may just have to do them, especially late in game when all the buildings are hit. But early game, find you a couple spots that you like, find you a couple cache areas that you like, and just kind of get an idea of what buildings are worth your time landing in. Now, as of here, I'm essentially looking for a buy station now. I got plenty of money, got good loot, need a vest essentially, but other than that, all I really need is a buy. I'm trying to find a safe one. I marked the one out here in the bay, get my vest out of this. We're doing pretty well. This is one thing I'm hoping will change as well. I think they have mentioned that it will, is they're going to have more buy stations placed around the map. Right now, they are very sparse. And I see that my buy station's there. I do see a dot on it. I also see a guy behind me in just kind of an odd spot. And I'm a little worried about making the water travel there. So I figure I'll go get this guy first. I'm already here. And theoretically, I should be looted better than this guy. I have an RPK. So I should be able to make a decent play on this guy, especially with the UAV. I don't want to let that waste either. So just kind of going up here easy. It's anytime you're approaching anyone, we're wanting to take, best cover that we can. This is a quick little run I got to make before he pops a door or anything. And as we get up here, again, I don't know what kind of lobby I'm in on this one. That might have been a big part of why everything worked so well. But this guy dolphin dives out into the tree, into that good cover of that bush. We take that care of that really quickly, and then we're back to our mission again to get back to the buy. We're trying to do this as quick as possible. So we don't have the luxury of landing. So essentially, as I never got to finish that plan. As we finish that plan, it is chopper, loot, one gun, find strongholds, land on a stronghold and finish it. And you should have one gun. You pick up your second gun at the stronghold. That will also give you a medium backpack and some pretty decent loot. You take all of that to the black site and you finish the black site, hopefully. If you do that, now you have tons of loot, tons of streaks, and advanced. You should be able, with a medium or large backpack, if you finish the black site, to pick up a third gun if you want to. You can get a sniper and store it. Also, nice little loot area here. If you're not aware of it, in the island in the middle, there is one cache on that island. Store that and just kind of get yourself ready to move forward. If you don't want to snipe, or if you already have 3 guns for some reason stored into your backpack, then you can leave that black site box open. And if you end up dying, you can land back on it and get your loadout again. Here, I knew a guy was here. I had no clue he was over there. I don't really understand what happened on this. I remember I had saw someone earlier. That's why I popped the U as I was coming in. I don't know if he heard me and was trying to pop out and fight me, or if he just got some really bad timing here. Whatever the case, he brings us a ton of loot here, a lot of streaks, and just really about anything we could need, which was good. We are super looted. I switched to his RPK because I did like it better sight-wise than the one that I found off the ground, but I'm going to buy my own anyways because we're sitting on almost 30 grand here. So none of that really ends up mattering. We got a little bit lucky on that fight, as we have so far this whole game. And this is the gun that I was talking about, the SO14. So normally, of course, you'd buy your RPK, your Fennec, whatever. But I was trying to get a gameplay with this gun to show you guys, even now in the RPK meta, this thing is a beast. And moving forward, if those guns get nerfed, it is going to be a tremendous gun. So, what we're doing here, we're just trying to find anything we can. I'm not going to be able to get a durable or UAVs or any of the streaks out of the black site because we're just not on that path right now. So we're doing what we can as here. Go ahead and buy a durable off the machine. I was hoping to get another U. I think the other guy had already bought it. I move one more over to this big area here that is sometimes a black site to my left to try again, get a couple more things. The main thing hurting me right now is that I don't have a larger backpack. With your base backpack, you can just only carry so much, and it gets pretty restrictive. Notice some boxes open here, so I want to be pretty careful as I enter this area. One, I'm not even, well, I should be sure that it's not the black site if I just saw that message that popped earlier, but with stuff being open, that means people could definitely still be here. The only thing you need to know really about this site, if it is not the black site and you're wanting to use this buy station that pops inside of it sometimes, the way that I came in there is pretty much the only good way out as well. So a lot of times you'll be needing to go north here as the storm comes in, and it'll be right on your back. You'll be fighting, maybe if it is a black site, bots and stuff, stuff will be going on, but you won't be able to get out because all those doors are locked if you don't have the key. So you have to go out the back almost every time to get out of this, which is sometimes very detrimental. We pop a UAV, we find out a couple people are waiting on the edge of town here, ping them so we don't forget where they are. If we run into other stuff, we can see that somebody did just finish the black site on their own. We're moving up again. We're just trying to go cover to cover as we get out of here. This is getting into be a little bit of a sticky exit because there is a lot of open ground between me and where I'm trying to go. I had 2 dots there, so I'm figuring someone was fighting, hoping that someone was fighting, not just sitting on top of each other, both waiting to fight me. But we're looking for cover, trying to get an angle, trying to see somebody. And I think I had already spotted the guy on the roof at this point. Yep. And then you'll see kind of the terrible shots, but pretty good takedown on that guy as we're getting hit. You'll see it works a little better in some other ones. I missed a couple. That is probably, I would say, maybe at another 10 meters. And I would say that's probably about the extent of the range on this gun. So that is kind of the thing that hurts it right now as compared to the all-encompassing RPK that you can shoot at any distance. You're not going to be getting a ton of knocks at really extreme distances with the SO, but anything mid-range and down, it lasers. It is really fast. You can build it to where the recoil is tight enough that you can get shot really quickly into people. If you mix a headshot in there, they're going down quick. So at this point, I'm just trying to assess the circle and see where it's going to shift to, where I need to be making my moves to. There are essentially 2 different ways to go about playing that, and sometimes you're forced into one other than the other. The way that I tend to play most often is trying to find height in the best spot in the center of the circle and hold everyone else out as they try to come in. The other way you'll hear Iceman Isaac talk a lot about is the pinwheel, where you kind of come in from the outside, rotate around as the gas gets tighter around the circle and try to catch anybody that's coming in or on the edge. That's good too. That way it's probably honestly better for kills. For wins, I've had better luck getting the power position in the middle of the map and trying to hold it down. This is just kind of a tough situation here. Not a lot going on, but again, we're having to traverse a lot of area with no vehicle, with not very much cover as well. And there could be people anywhere. I get pretty lucky on this, but there's just a lot that can go wrong right here. Sometimes you can pre-plan for this and just make sure that you get to a vehicle and just always have access to that. But sometimes you're just going to have to make these rotations and pay attention. I had heard, I think, some snipes right here. That's why I'm paying so much attention to that tower. I've gotten beamed from people out of those so many times, especially in solos. So this was a little bit of a risky play here too. But I was hoping that if he was sniping off, then he wasn't shooting at me or wouldn't see me right under him. I don't think anyone ended up being in there anyways, but you'll kind of notice I checked that quite a bit here for the rest of this game as we sit in this area. One thing, just a little small tip, if you have a revive pistol, as I do, it has to be equipped to work. If it's in your backpack, it will not. You need to have it in your equipped slot, so that's why you'll see me switch that back here in a minute. Because I hear we're going to check that tower a few more times just to be sure that nothing's there. And I'm honestly, at this point, I'm just kind of trying to decide which building do I want to be in for circle here. Which one do I feel like I can defend the best? This one has a wall to the outside, but nothing to the inside. Not a lot of cover on the roof. A little tough to get back inside if I get a precision dropped on me or something. So you'll see here in a minute that I switch back and move to one of the other buildings. Here we are. We just finish up, loot the rest of this. Not a lot of people had been through this area, so there was plenty of stuff to restock with if I need to. We take the roof here. Again, anytime that I'm wanting, and that's one thing I did better on this game, than I do in a lot of games. I get caught not following this rule, but anytime that I'm really checking my map or wanting to see where maybe I need to go next, you'll see that I drop back into the building to get cover to check, as opposed to just checking my map out here where I could get randomly hit. With the game now, you're supposedly not supposed to be able to get one-shot sniped with full plates, but I have had it happen. So even there, you're not really safe. I don't know what the case is with that, but that's mainly just the big rule. Once you get to your spot that you're wanting to hold it down the best you can, be safe, be smart. If you're trying to win the game, then, you know, we want to take good engagements. So one thing I will say about this, on this circle, I am still not really sure where I want to be. I'm pretty good, but I'm not dead center, but there's not a clear dead center either. I'm kind of just stuck in no man's land, but until the next circle hits, I'm not going to know. So there's really no reason for me to fight it too much. I'm in a good enough spot that I can just wait till the circle comes in, and then read off the next one on where I want to make that next rotation to. If there is a clear spot that is better than where you're at, and you can make it safely, then you want to take that anytime that you can. But for where I am now, I'm pretty happy with it. I've got essentially good eye lines to everywhere. I can see people pretty much anywhere as they come up on me. No one's going to sneak into my building, or they shouldn't if I'm paying attention. And so I like where I'm at, and I just want to make sure that when this next circle does finally close, to make a decision off of that. Pinging a couple people, just wanting to make sure. I saw a guy fall in way deep back there, guy fall in here, and these other buildings in front of me. Just trying to keep track of everything. I think I'd have missed it as I was explaining stuff, but I think the jailbreak just hit. There was a jailbreak in this game. And in a second here, yeah, here we go. This is just an unlucky dude that came back from the jailbreak and was expecting to maybe find an area with loot, which he would have if I hadn't been here. But again, you can see how quickly that gun kills. The SO is a sweet gun when it's not getting beamed in the front of the face by an RPK. Okay, so I drop back in here now because we do have our new circle. We can see where we want to go. And we're looking around, just trying to get a read. Again, this is a tough circle. Dead center, there's almost no cover. So I'm still in where I'm at, and I kind of decide after beaming this guy out of the air that this is, again, I'm just going to try and make one more read. I'm going to give it one more kind of close to see what I want to do, and then read off of that the best I can. There's not really a better option for me in this circle. As I'm peeking around, just kind of trying to keep track of everything, I think I see a guy sneak into my east over here and get into a fight. You'll see it here in a minute. And I have to kind of keep an eye on him. It'll definitely come up later during my rotation and be pretty important. But right now, again, mostly just trying to make sure that nobody snuck in with the gas that's going to get in and just zap me from behind as I jump off of this building. Here we go. Here's the guy that sneaks in on the east. And I was thinking about trying to get him here, either by shooting or with a kill streak or something. But I see him fight at some point, and so I don't really know what's going on there, and I just kind of let that happen and try to remember that he's there for my rotation. Again, we don't really know where we're going. I can hold this building for another circle and closing. So we're just essentially waiting. It's kind of the tough part of the game. It is part of it if you are just trying to get wins. Again, if you're going for really, really high kills, I could go just run at that guy right now, probably get one, maybe hit the guy that's fighting him as well. And you can kind of see, I think I get a couple pings on him here. But I think that's what it was. I noticed him go down there, but I didn't do it. Somebody else got him. So we're watching that, figuring that people are over that way. He pulls out the sniper. We go ahead and start rotating left. We know this should be mostly clear, but then we accidentally run into someone that we didn't know was there. Again, no real way for us to know about this guy, as far as I know. The one that sniped at us right then We got mortars called from behind. We got pressure in front. We just kind of got to be smart here. We've got a few things going for us. We know where everyone is now for the most part. There's not a ton of people left on the map. The guy that was to our east behind us shouldn't really know too much where we are anymore. Couple of decent shots on this guy. Get him broke. Now the storm's on his back. We have a gold mask, so we've got plenty of juice to play in this storm where he doesn't. I need to make sure that I get my reload cleared. The animation didn't finish. That's the only difference there. There we do that. Want to make sure we get our mask all the way off before we engage again. And then bang, wipe him up real easy with just a few shots. So now, as soon as I kill him, attention back to the guy behind me, because the circle is closing so tightly that it's going to put him right on us, even though he was way to our east. Find him here. I just noticed that my camera messed up. But we find him here waiting for us, and we clear that. And now we're in a good spot. Circle's pulling essentially to us. We know that there are 6 people up. The only real problem is we don't have a lot of cover, but we do have a smoke. And so we're really just trying to play this game out on the circle. We want it to close. We've got gas masks still for a couple clicks so that we can, we can play that where a lot of people can't. We're just trying to find some cover. Hope people don't really mess with us until we get our numbers down. We see one here, miss my shots, but we're in a decent little spot. I can always jump behind this car. I've got good streaks and a revive, at least one revive off my pistol. Now, with your kill streaks, I'm one just trying to kind of speed this up as I drop this mortar here and maybe catch somebody on this. But normally what you want to do with your mortar is you want to use it more like right now as the circle's going to move now. I should probably have dropped it to hold people in that kind of area over there. I did it a little backwards. I think I had another mortar. That's why I did it. So you can see I set it in the way. They're kind of trapped between those mortars and the circle moving. And then I still have a precision, I believe, as well. See a guy here, get a couple shots on him as he comes in. Take him down. I think he even gets back up off of this with the mortar all around him. Knock him again. This is where I'm a little nervous because I don't know where the last guy is. I'm having to finish this guy. And storm moving, not really sure. But as it ends up, we're okay. We had good enough cover from the hill. We see the guy run in from the storm. That's all there is to it. We finish him up just like that. So, game worked out pretty good. We got reported right after this as well, even though we hadn't used the game chat. I don't think we talked that entire game. But anyways, that's how it works. That's how the gun works. I'll show you the stats here in the next little clip so that you can use it yourself. And thanks for watching. All right, so here's our build on our SO14. I run the ZR Talon 5 muzzle, the F-Tac Ripper 56 underbarrel, the 22-inch Boremaster barrel, the OLEV laser, and I use the Cronin Mini Pro on this is what I've been using. You can obviously switch this for whatever sight you like best. A lot of people are using the AMOT V4 for a little more range. I've seen some people use the Schlager 3x4 or even the Forge Tac Delta. These are going to give you a little more visual recoil. So I've just kind of stuck with the Cronin Mini Pro and then just tried to limit my fights to the more mid-range. But let's jump into the tunings here. So on the sight, I am all the way on far, and I am minus 2.61 towards aim down. On the barrel, we are at 0.19 on the recoil steadiness and minus 0.26 to the aim down sight speed. On the muzzle, we are at 0.63 onto the recoil smoothness and 0.55 onto bullet velocity. And lastly, on the underbarrel, we're at 0.41 towards recoil stabilization and 0.21 on aiming idle stability. This gun has been a beast. I definitely think that it will be something that we can be using after this upcoming update when I am guessing they're going to nerf the RPK. They may not. We have no clue really, but if they do, I think this is a gun that will really be able to step up and take its place. You can obviously, if you're playing solos, the regular mag is just fine. If you want to switch, I would probably switch off the laser, I imagine, if you're playing in trios or quads or something, and maybe switch up to like the 50 round drum. But that should get you going on this gun. It's pretty sweet. Let me know if you like it. As always, leave a like, comment, subscribe on the video if you enjoy it, and we'll catch you on the next one.